ICDX by Roadbus, Ultimate Demon X by Zobros, and Reverence by Womb, and more.
So I chose to do ICDX. Now, this level, I decided to do it because it is a hard insane demon, but not an extreme, because I want my second extreme to be Shardscapes. This level, most of its difficulty comes from like 4 or 5 choke points that if they weren't there, this would be like an easy insane demon. Yeah, or even hard, or hard demon. I don't know. But yeah, well, let me start. So this first ship section is, if I can get past this first jump. This first ship section is kind of difficult, but you get very used to the click pattern after doing it for hours. Now this section right here, you can buffer those blue orbs. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are just buffers, and when you hold there, you can buffer that pink and blue right here, but that third, or that second blue orb, you have to tap that one late, or else you will run into the pillar. So then you just buffer those. You can't buffer that second. You can't buffer that second block, or else you'll hit the saw right there. So you tap a bit late, and then you do 4 clicks for the UFO, and then you do just click pattern. It's like dot 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 dot. Yeah, and you just get past that part. Then for the next 2 orbs, they're blind clicks, but you can buffer the first 2, and then for the third one, you have to click a bit late. And then right here, this part right here, you have to jump a bit late on this block. Then you jump and then hit the pink orb. Now we're at the drop. The drop is mostly just straight fly, but at this yellow portal here is kind of a weird timing. If you hold it too early, you will like clip inside of the block a bit. But if you go too late, you'll run into the spike. More, oh, oops, wrong key. And just straight fly. Then you have to fly up a bit, because if you go down, you will hit the pad and then miss the blue pads. Then past this part, and this is the first choke point of the level. When I was like on the second day, I would just keep getting to 40 and then dying in this corridor. But you just kind of get used to doing this part. I would still die 50% of the time though. So yeah. The way I would get past this part is I would try to jump a bit late for this double spike, and then hit that blue orb late. And that just made it feel more consistent for me. This part is also very finicky. Depending on how you do these 3 orbs, you will go into it a different way. There, I just couldn't get good orb clicks there. But yeah, again, you just kind of get past it after you practice a little bit more. Now for this part, you want to click after the first little diamond little detail there, and then you can just buffer each of the clicks after that. Buffer. Then you want to, oh wait, jeez, yeah. If you go too early, you'll hit this part right here. You'll hit those blocks, and yeah, you'll die. Now for this part, the blue orb, you can't click too early or you'll hit the yellow orb, But then after that, you can just buffer the rest of the orbs. Then you do like a double click sort of thing there. Whoops. Then I do 2 clicks here. Then this is the second choke point of the level. I also died a lot here. So you just hold into that part, then you hit the yellow portal, and you want to click and hold right as you hit that yellow portal, or else you will swing too high and hit the spikes. So yeah, like that. And then yeah, going into like this gap right at that cube portal is pretty tight. So I would die a lot there. Then you hold, you buffer those pink orbs so that you don't go through that portal. Then jump over the triple spike, and I buffer this one. I buffer all of these 3 orbs right here, and after that second yellow orb, I hold on to it so that I can bounce off that block right there. And these I just kind of hit them, however. So this one you can't buffer that click right there, or else you'll hit the spike. So you kind of just go at it sort of blind, although you can see the edge. And then this, I time it in clicks of 3, so it's da 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 da. Then straight fly. This part, if you fall too early, you'll hit that spike, and you'll make it past this part. Yeah, so these straight flies are also tighter than they seem. Like these ground spikes, that straight fly is tighter than the regular spike straight fly. But here, I would die a lot because I would fall too early and hit that spike. Although my muscle memory is kind of making me not do that anymore. And then you get past these ground spikes, you have to like do a controlled. You have to do a controlled fall, or else you'll run into the spikes at the bottom like that. It's kind of jagged, and I would die here quite a bit. Then for this part, you have to jump pretty late, or else you'll miss that first blue orb like this. So I would buffer these first. I actually just buffer all of these, and then buffer that pink, and then just hold. Now for this part here, the intended path is to just hit all of those orbs, but sometimes I would miss that block, and I would just go straight into the ground spike before I could even hit the orb. So what I would do is I would do this right here. I skip that blue orb and just hit the yellow orb, and then I can buffer these 2, and I'll never have that bug. Now this click is also sort of a choke, although that's just me being bad. Then it's the same thing here as the 56 part, where you have to tap right as you hit the portal. Tap, tap. Then buffer. I just don't even bother buffering these. I just hit those. And this is the final like choke point area. I died here at 95 twice. Once at this yellow portal, and then once at the blue portal. But the way I tried to like mitigate the amount of times I would die here is I would fall into each portal. So I basically do fall and then 3 clicks, or fall and then 2 clicks, or 3. I don't know. I just tried to fall into the portals. But yeah, there was not really a consistent way for me to do it. And this part I would just straight fly through. And yeah, that's the level. Very, very choke point heavy. I would not recommend this as a first Insane Demon, or even doing this if it's going to be like one of your top 3 or top 5 levels. I would honestly wait until you can be extremes before you try this. It's just not a very fun level, very demotivating. But yeah, that's it.